History of Porsche 911 Carrera RS 2.7. 1973. King of the Ducktail, full extended version. The Porsche 911 Carrera RS 2.7 from 1973 is not simply a car, but a manifesto of engineering perfection, a homologation masterpiece created to dominate FIA Group 4 racing, featuring the iconic Ducktail, Entenbach, extreme lightness at just 975 kilograms, and an air-cooled, horizontally opposed engine of 2.7 liters, delivering 210 horsepower in the road version and up to 300 horsepower in rally modifications. This machine accelerated from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 5.8 seconds, reached a maximum speed of 245 kilometers per hour, and left behind legends like Ferrari, Lancia, and Ford on the tracks of Targa Florio, the 24 Hours of Le Mans, and European rallies. Today, RS 2.7 specimens sell at Christie's and RM Sotheby's auctions for millions of dollars, becoming not only the holy grail for classic sports car collectors, but also living testimony to an era when Porsche engineers defined the future of motorsport, ignoring energy-saving trends for the sake of pure racing passion. 1. Birth of the project. Political and sporting context of the 1970s. In the early 1970s, Porsche was experiencing a period of intense expansion into racing circuits, particularly in rally and GT competition categories, where the rear engine layout demonstrated maximum advantage. The company, under the strategic leadership of Ferry Porsche, son of founder Ferdinand Porsche, and technical director Heinz Brandt, saw FIA Group 4 as the perfect platform to demonstrate engineering superiority of its rear engine philosophy. Previous generations of the 911, beginning with the revolutionary original 1963 version with a 2.0-liter engine, successively evolved through the 911L, 911S, and 911E versions with engines of 2.2 and 2.4 liters, reaching their peak in 1971. However, homologation in Group 4 required manufacturing at least 500 road cars that were structurally identical to racing prototypes, which forced Porsche engineers to develop not just a fast universal 911, but a specialized rally machine. The RS, Rennsport, literally racing sport in German, project officially started in mid-1972 on the basis of the Carrera with E-type body. Production period 1971 to 1973, with the ambitious goal of surpassing competitors in lightness, power, and aerodynamics. It was a critical time. The global oil crisis of 1973 paralyzed the industry, forcing companies to invest in fuel-efficient engines, but Porsche dared to remain true to its ideology of pure racing spirit, knowing that the small production run of the RS would pay for itself through victories and mythology. Management understood that Group 4 was becoming the gold standard of motorsport. In this category, standard cars could be modified within technical regulations, allowing much more aggressive design than in standard sports coupes. Competition was fierce. Ferrari was developing its Berlinetta line with V12 engines. Lancia was preparing the revolutionary Stratos with its wedge-shaped body. Ford was investing in the Capri RS. Porsche decided not merely to participate, but to dominate, using its proven rear-engine philosophy and air cooling. The technical department, headed by Helmut Bott and Joseph Kakla, knew that the key to success lay in radical weight reduction and aerodynamic optimization. Every gram mattered. This was not merely an engineering task, but an art form. 2. Design revolution. The Ducktail as a solution to the aerodynamic equation. The heart and soul of the RS identity, the famous Entenbach, literally duck belly, a massive rear wing made of lightweight fiberglass, developed in collaboration with brilliant British designer John Hayward from Porsche's design studio and aerodynamics experts. This architectural element solved a chronic, almost unbearable problem for engineers of all 911s. At high speeds, above 200 kilometers per hour, the rear axle had a tendency to lift, losing critical grip on the road, leading to dangerous slides and loss of control. The RS tail, protruding 40 centimeters beyond the body contour, generated a tremendous 100 kilograms of downforce at 200 kilometers per hour, and even more at maximum speed, perfectly balancing the aerodynamics. An additional air intake in the wing improved engine and brake cooling. The body was lightened radically and methodically. The hood was redesigned from aluminum instead of steel, saving 15 kilograms. Doors were fitted with perforated windows to reduce weight. Thin bumpers were made of fiberglass with minimal protection. Side windows, and optionally the rear window, were made of plastic instead of traditional glass. Sound and heat insulation was removed, and electrical systems were simplified. Wide 5-centimeter fender flares and an extremely low ride height, ground clearance of just 110 millimeters, created an aggressive, almost predatory silhouette, foreshadowing the turbo-era models of the 1980s. The signature color, light metallic green, green metallic, for rally versions and special orders, bright papaya orange or viper green, which over time became the standard for countless replicas and custom projects. The body could feature sport stripes in contrasting colors, graphics, and special stickers from racing teams. Every body element was subject to aerodynamics. Ribs on the hood improved airflow. Deep side skirts reduced turbulence. Everything was calculated in a wind tunnel. The interior is minimalist and functional. Recaro sport bucket seats with lateral support and adjustable depth instead of regular seats. Thin aluminum instrument panel instead of soft plastic. The stereo radio can be removed. Option. No unnecessary upholstery. Floors are painted, and headrests are optional. On the instrument panel, a minimum of gauges, speedometer to 280 kilometers per hour, tachometer, oil temperature, oil pressure, ammeter. The steering wheel is sporting, thin 370 millimeters with leather grip, perfectly allowing road feel. Pedals are positioned close to each other for gas and go driving technique. The RS design had a profound influence on all subsequent generations of the 911, from the 964, 1989, to the modern GT3 RS 4.0, making the Ducktail an eternal symbol of Porsche philosophy and the brand's style identity for decades to come. 3. Technical specifications, a complex symphony of power, lightness, and steering precision. Under the hood, the legendary horizontally opposed 6-cylinder engine type M5390, with a displacement of 2,687 cubic centimeters, featuring air cooling, unique system with a thermal jacket around the cylinders, an aluminum 2-valve block, and forged lightweight pistons. In the standard road version, 210 horsepower at 6,500 RPM. In the enhanced touring, 230 horsepower. In the Rally RSR, 250 horsepower. In the extreme supercharged variant, up to 300 horsepower. The torque in the base version is 255 Newton-meters at 5,200 RPM, with maximum spread across the rev range from 4,000. The fuel injection system, mechanical Bosch with a diaphragm carburetor. Later, some examples received fuel injectors. The engine was the perfection of the air cooling era. Straight cooling passages, minimal parasitic losses on auxiliary systems, high compression ratio, 10.3 to 1, allowing maximum extraction from each liter of unleaded 98 RON gasoline. The sound, majestic, deep, with a piercing high-frequency note at high RPM, like a Stradivarius violin being played to its limit. Reliability was guaranteed. Simple construction without superchargers and turbines meant longevity, though it required regular maintenance. The transmission, a robust 5-speed manual with synchronizers and dog cams for rally starts, with short gear ratios. First, 3.82. Second, 2.20. Third, 1.44. Fourth, 1.00. Fifth, 0.89. The clutch, dry, single disc, with a 215 millimeters diameter, allowing a stiff launch with minimal slippage. The gearbox shifted crisply, almost mechanically, with a tangible click with each lever movement. Power delivery to the rear wheels was clean, without backlash. The suspension, a fully independent system with double wishbones and Bilstein dampers, adjustable in height and stiffness for any road condition, inline anti-roll bars, front 25 mm, rear 22 mm. The suspension allowed lowering to just 80 mm above the ground at full speed. The steering, mechanical, without power assistance, required physical strength, but provided perfect feedback. The steering ratio, just 2.5 turns lock to lock, allowing rapid direction changes at high speed. The braking system, massive ventilated discs, 310 mm in front and 290 mm in the rear, with 4-piston ATE calipers, vacuum booster, firm pedal feel. Braking efficiency was critical to rally success. The car needed to decelerate instantly entering corners while maintaining control on the edge. The brake fluid was high temperature, specially selected for extreme conditions. Wheels, lightweight, forged 15-inch Fuchs with strength of 520 Newton per millimeter, with Dunlop tires 215/60th in front and 255/50th in the rear. Later Michelin or Bridgestone. Fuchs rims became legendary in motorsport circles. They were used on all classic Porsches of the 1970s and remain a sought-after upgrade for modern restorations. The dry weight of the touring version, exactly 975 kilograms, confirmed by declassified documents. The lightweight RS, just 880 kilograms thanks to titanium exhaust system components, magnesium welds in the differentials, removal of all sound and heat insulation. For comparison, a modern Porsche 911 992 weighs around 1,500 kilograms, meaning the RS was 500 kilograms lighter while possessing comparable horsepower. The dynamics are breathtaking. Acceleration 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 5.8 seconds. Some sources mention 5.6 seconds in the lightweight. 0 to 160 kilometers per hour in 14.5 seconds. 0 to 200 kilometers per hour in 26 seconds. Top speed 245 kilometers per hour in the standard version. 250 to 260 kilometers per hour in the RSR with tuning. Fuel consumption in the mixed cycle. 15 to 20 liters per 100 kilometers, which during an energy crisis was a statement of self-sufficiency. Options included reinforced roll cage from tubular steel, factory Group 5 tuning package, sport exhaust, thermal shields, oil and brake fluid cooling systems. 4. Racing triumphs, an epic tale of victories on legendary circuits. Homologated 1581 examples in 1973 to 1974, minimum 500 for Group 4, the rest sold to enthusiasts, which allowed Porsche to storm the world's circuits. The RS made its competition debut in 1973. Absolute, undisputed victory at the legendary Targa Florio in Sicily, a mountain racing circuit. Driven by Gerhard Müller and French rally master Richard Vivino, the car defeated the legendary Lancia Stratos, which was leading the ratings, and the fast Alfa Romeo. The race took place in pouring rain, and that is precisely where the RS showed its superiority. The downforce from the wing and the handling were ideal on wet asphalt. In the same season, first place in the GT class at the 24 Hours of Daytona, USA. Numerous podiums in the European Rally Championship, where the RS proved its versatility on snow, ice, mud, and asphalt. The 24-hour Daytona Marathon was crucial for reputation. The RS finished not merely as the winner in its class, but ahead of many more powerful cars in the open categories. Engine reliability was astounding. During 24 hours of continuous racing, not a single failure, not a single overheating. This was proof that an air cooler could operate at maximum settings. In 1974, the evolved RSR, Rennsport Strassen version, road racing version, with increased displacement of 2.8 to 3.0 liters and power up to 300 horsepower, finished second in the overall standings at the prestigious 24 Hours of Le Mans. Driven by Jackie Ickx, Gerd Krenn, Jochen Mass, winning its GT class with a large margin. Le Mans is the holy of holies in motorsport, where cars must be reliable, fast, and economical all at once. The RSR satisfied all requirements, and its second place overall was a result worthy of respect. Other notable victories: Coupe de l'Étape, European Rally Championship, 1,000 kilometers of the Nürburgring in GT categories, numerous podiums in the Concours d'Elegance. On the German Nürburgring circuit, Grüne Hölle, Green Hell, with its 73 turns and 14 kilometers of track, the RS displayed perfect handling and excellent acceleration rhythm on the straights. Competitors: the mighty Ferrari 365 GTB 4 Daytona, but 300 kilograms heavier; the aggressive Ford Capri RS Cosworth; the revolutionary for its time Lancia Stratos with its strange wedge design. All fell behind due to the RS's carburetor system reliability, excellent predictability of the rear engine layout, and low center of gravity. The Stratos was more aerodynamic, but its engine was more temperamental. The Ferrari was more powerful, but heavier and less manageable in corners. The RS found the perfect balance. The pilots who drove the RS became legends: Gerhard Müller, Jochen Mass, Karl-Heinz von Liebenstein, Richard Vivino. All of them marveled at the car's perfectly balanced handling, direct feedback, reliability at the edge of possibility. The RS proved to the world that Ferdinand Porsche's philosophy, the rear engine layout, was not a whim, but a brilliant idea, unbeatable in the hands of masters. Its racing success outweighed the achievements of more modern and more powerful competitors. 5. Street life and rare production, a car for true enthusiasts and pilots. The road-going Carrera RS was offered in two clearly distinct variants: touring with relative daily comfort, fabric floor mats with logo, Becker radio, leather shield seats with trim, electric windows, and Spartan lightweight RS, intended exclusively for track use and aggressive driving. Bare floors, minimal electronics, hard plastic handles, no air conditioning. The base price in Germany, around 40,000 German marks, approximately 10,000 to 12,000 US dollars at 1973 rates, which made it accessible to successful businessmen, professional racing drivers, and wealthy enthusiasts, but out of reach for ordinary car lovers. For comparison, a standard Volkswagen Golf cost 5,000 marks, and a Mercedes-Benz 450 SEL cost 60,000 marks. The Porsche 911 Carrera RS was a premium product, a symbol of status and taste. Total production: 1,290 touring versions, 130 lightweight RS, with aluminum and titanium, 15 right-hand drive RSH for Japan and Britain, 37 full-fledged RSR racing cars with reinforced suspension and body modifications. These numbers are extremely small in the context of modern production, making each example a rarity. The factory in Zuffenhausen, near Stuttgart, assembled each car by hand with meticulous quality control at the level of craftsmanship, not conveyor belt production. Porsche's craftsmen knew each of their cars, monitored the quality of parts, conducted test drives before shipping. The serial number and certificate of authenticity provided a 2-year warranty, or 20,000 kilometers coverage, which was comparable to competitors. Modern RS owners recall the unmistakable, piercing roar of the air-cooled 6-cylinder engine at 6,500 RPM, the pendulum vibrations on the steering wheel, the sensation of flying through corners with 1.2 g lateral acceleration, the direct connection between the wheel and the car's behavior. All of this created a mystical bond between driver and machine. Many lovers of night drives told how they literally felt the asphalt through the pedals, how the car spoke to them in the language of vibration and sound. The typical RS owner in 1973-1974 was a successful racing driver, doctor, lawyer, or businessman who spent weekends competing in rallies or cruising mountain serpentines. Many bought the RS as a second car, with a practical Mercedes or BMW as the first. Some became professional racing drivers because of the RS, won regional championships, and attracted Porsche's attention for professional contracts. 6. Historical significance, ancestor of all modern RS and GT3 models. The Porsche 911 Carrera RS 2.7 is the direct ancestor and spiritual father of all subsequent GT models and RS variants, from the 911 Turbo 3 RS of the 1980s, the first turbocharged version with 300-plus horsepower, to the 993 GT2, 1995-1998, with twin turbochargers and 600 horsepower, to the 996 GT2, 2001, with water cooling, 480 horsepower, and to the modern 992 GT3 RS 4.0, 2023, with an atmospheric 4.0-liter engine producing 518 horsepower and active aerodynamic systems. Its engineering DNA, the principle of maximum lightness, minimal electronics, maximum driver control, lives in every sports edition and speedster. The modern 992 GT3 RS weighs 1,435 kilograms, Weissach package, still roughly 500 kilograms heavier than the original RS 2.7. Modern active safety systems, air conditioning, electric windows, comprehensive engine electronics, all of this adds weight. But the spirit remains the same: maximum performance while preserving handling. The Ducktail wing architecture evolved into the 993, 996, 997 spoilers, becoming a hallmark of Porsche and the brand's style identity for decades to come. Every 911, however modern, carries the visual heritage of the RS 2.7 in its genetic makeup. In pop culture, historical scenes in Steve McQueen's Le Mans film, though an older model was used, not the RS. The documentary Porsche History, video games Gran Turismo and Forza, as well as scenes in Speedway and other 1970s films. The RS appears in music, in rock band videos, in countless amateur videos by enthusiasts. On YouTube and Instagram, millions of views of RS 2.7 reviews and driving videos. Collector value skyrocketed several years ago. In 2020-2024, pristine original examples with documented ownership history sell at RM Sotheby's, Christie's, and Gooding & Company auctions for 2.5 million US dollars, with annual appreciation of 20–30%, outpacing inflation and stock markets. In 2023, a rare 1973 RS with a history of participation in the Targa Florio race sold for $2.8 million. Some rare lightweight RS examples with provenance from outstanding drivers, such as those driven by Jochen Mass or Gerd Krenn, reached $3.5 million. This exceeds the prices of modern supercars. Restoring an original RS is a challenge of epic proportions. Original fiberglass Ducktails are rare and fragile. Fuchs wheels require refurbishment or originals from collectors. M5390 engines require specialists like the Roof, Singer, or Manthe workshops. The original Bosch fuel injection system lacks the reliability for modern standards. Specialists in RS restoration require thousands of hours of work and enormous budgets, up to $500,000 for complete restoration with original parts. The RS is a reminder of the peak of the air-cooling era of the 911, of the golden period before the complete transition to water systems in 1998, the 996 model, when engineers could still hear the voice of the engine and feel its pulse, when a car demanded the driver's complete concentration and, in return, offered unforgettable experiences. For fans of sports cars, engineers, racers, and collectors, the Carrera RS 2.7 is not simply a car, but a tangible piece of history, where pure engineering meets the depths of passion, where calculation meets art, where numbers become emotions.